games or whatever it is. So it's Avid Advice, A-V-I-D advice.com. It's actually the secure and safe platform for all of you to just connect with me and ask me any questions from A to Z, and I'm here to help you out.
Beautiful. So now I understand you're working on another book too. Can you share with us what that is?
This is actually the book that I do with my husband. So me as a woman, he is a man. We are thinking how we are almost connecting with each other, like he's a pizza type of slice when it comes to his mind, his strategies, the feelings, or his life when it comes to the wife, to the kids, and everything. And I'm actually the sweet cake layers, which basically woman has life as a sweet cake, layers by layers by layers, but man has like a pizza sliders. Like, you know what, this is a slide of my life, which is my career, that they feel bored and they can't handle each other anymore, and there is no sweet love anymore in between them. And why men and women, after 6 and maybe 10 years, not understanding each other's or each other's language, and the sex life is not actually working. What's going on? The same chemistry was about 10 years ago is not even working anymore. So how you can hit this up with knowing how this pizza slide and the sweet cake layers work together.
That's beautiful. No, it's so good because the statistic is that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. So there's something in there about gluten-free. We won't go there, but we'll get...
I love that. Actually, that's fantastic. I love it.
But I think it's going to be such a contribution to so many people. So I'm really happy you're doing that.
Oh, thank you.
What's your husband's name? Let's give him a...
Rick.
Rick.
Yeah, right, Mr. Rick. So Rick is an amazing entrepreneur, fantastic dad, and amazing husband. And I mean it. I'm a busy woman, 24 hours and 7 days, working with a million projects, but he is also doing the same things, but he's always there for our kids. We have 3 boys, 1 and 2.5, 5.5, as I remember. So, and they love him so much, and I'm so happy and lucky to have him as a husband. Without him, I wouldn't really become a successful person today, because when you have everything cozy and happy at home, kids is happy and they're connected to themselves, but if he wasn't there, I wouldn't even do any of those, because my mind couldn't even actually settle in one thing, focus on one thing, and I couldn't be a multitasker.
Beautiful. Well, good for him and good for you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. I'm looking forward to the book.
Absolutely, me too. Let's see if women gonna hate him or love him, or if men gonna love me or hate me. I don't know. Like, let's say we figure it out later on.
I'm sure we will. Great.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why you choose me to co-author with me?
I think you're an amazing being. You're one of the most fascinating people I've ever met. And I think you have deep, deep wisdom to impart with the world. And I want that wisdom out there. So anything I can do to support that and getting your message out, your energy out, having people realize you're a resource that's valuable, I would do that in a minute.
And by the way, I am also invited for 2 shows, like a reality shows, which is on their production already. Hopefully coming next year, and I would love to have you in one of my shows.
I would love to.
I can't wait.
My pleasure.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's exciting.
It's super exciting.
Well, I just see you at the top of a cliff, just diving off into the space and doing like amazing things. Yeah,
exactly. Well, always my husband says, when someone says no to you, you get more challenge. I says, like, of course. Then never say no to me. So I was like, that's exactly what I say no to you, because I know exactly how to challenge you. So no to me is all challenge, and challenge to me is happiness, love, and prosperity. And I think challenge means that change the directions, feel happy again, and find your niche. Just like, I mean, each of us has some talent, but not each of us knows exactly how to use this talent. And just tap into the abilities that you have, that I always tell you guys. And I read all your books, and that's exactly what you says all the time. Find the real purpose of your life, and when you find the real purpose, then you know how to live. And that's exactly what I did. I found my purpose. My purpose is all about helping others, as you do.
Very true, very true, very true, yeah. My purpose has always been I'm inspiring and empowering people to live their highest vision.
Exactly. Exactly, the highest power, the divine energies, the divine love, and everything actually is possible with divine love. Everything. Everything.
I think we'll end with that. That's a good statement. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, so you heard it here, and it's all available to you, and you deserve it. And so there are many places to go to receive that, but this woman here is one of the great supporters of your evolution. And so it's like, you know, think about this as we end this show, that so many times opportunities come in front of you to actually give you the very thing you're looking for, and you pass it up. So don't do that this time. Take advantage of what she has to offer you. So thanks for joining us. Everything's possible with divine love. You are divine love, and we're all here together to serve each other. And so I hope tonight or today, whenever you're watching this, that you've been served by us. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Talking About Success.
You're watching Focus on South Florida.
Welcome back. Did you know that police departments across the country and even the CIA sometimes turn to psychics to help them solve cases? Victims' families looking for answers also turn to mediums for closure. Fiona Johansson is an author as well as a licensed psychologist and hypnotist. She's also claims to have psychic abilities that have saved lives, and she's perhaps best known for working with people to help find missing people when more conventional means come up short. I recently sat down with her to talk about how this all began and the advice she has for all of us. Okay, so what exactly do you do when you work with law enforcement and you work with the families of missing victims or unsolved crimes? What kind of work do you do with them?
Helping them to find some relief, some closure for family members, enforcement to put all the puzzles together to find the real answer for the families.
How did this all come about? I mean, how did you discover this was actually something you were going to pursue, or that you had some sort of intuition to help people with this kind of work?
I was 7.5 when I found about my abilities. Then I started kind of like to feel something is not correct with me or right with me, because I can feel, sense, and connect with people before even I meet them, before even being in the place that they are, and I can even predict things 2 weeks before things happened. So basically, to me as a child, was not really the cool experience, but then after that, after the age of 17, 18, and 19, I thought that's the fantastic things, because now I can feel and sense anything and everything in my way and my family's way to help. I moved from my country to Stockholm, Sweden when I was a teenager, when I was around the age of 16. So basically it was hard. It was not really easy for me, but what I learned, I do have ability. I am here for some very important purpose. I have to help others.
So, how did this connection with law enforcement first happen? And aren't law enforcement officers initially skeptical about what kind of science is this? How are we going to solve a crime using
Actually,
someone?
they don't.
No?
CIA use psychics. FBI use psychics. They do not really. That's what we think they are. But you have to be real. You have to have some abilities, and you have to feel and sense and locate people, and actually do have some paranormal to trying to help them to locate people. So basically, when I started, I was at the age of 17. I was back in Stockholm. It was actually a very hot summer, and all of a sudden I felt that I have some very hot vision in my face. It sounds like someone trying to be killed, or someone already been killed, and it was already recent. I could feel, I could sense the blood and everything. Then I went to the store, and all of a sudden I see that, yes, that was actually some sort of, homicide and other stuff, all over the place. And I kind of remember that I tried to stop the officer and say, "Stop, don't go there." At that time, I couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak Swedish, and I don't even know how I could explain myself to that officer and hold him. He tried to push me, he says, "No, I have to, just get out," or just like, "Please let me." But I do remember, I hold him and says, "If you go behind this wall, you will have a shot in your head and die right away. And almost 60 seconds after, they found the guy with the gun behind the wall. And if I did not stop the officer, he would be dead in a second. So that was the moment that my career started with law enforcement in Stockholm.
Tell me about this book you're writing with Jack Canfield. We all know him for Chicken Soup for the Soul, and you're working on a project together.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yes. The name of the book is Success Strategy. So it's all about success, how to hijack your subconscious mind, how to succeed, and what you can do to achieve better. So basically, when Jack chose me, I was shocked. I was like, wow, it's so fantastic, and I would love to be part of it. I already have a book. I already wrote a book before Jack asked me. It was back 2016, and the name was Recoding Your Brain for the Better Life.
You're also a hypnotist, and
Yes.
you have degrees in psychology. I want to point that out, too.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. But what was a very strong, powerful vision that come to me at that moment when Jack asked me about it, I feel like I knew it, that I will do something with Jack. And I could see 2 months before that I'm sitting in the same room that the last time me and Jack had a conversation with, and he asked, I would love to co-authoring together with you. I can't forget about that moment. I do remember I had tears in my eyes. I was like, absolutely, I will do my best.
So we have to wrap up quickly, but what are a few tips that anyone can take with them in terms of keeping that negativity that might be around them outside of their
Believe in
internal...
yourself. Be positive. Never live in your past. Past is past. Never live in the future, because future is future. Be in a moment. By being in the moment, you're always happy and connected to yourself. Negative thoughts, negative energies is all taught. The way that we are thinking, feeling, and connecting. You can easily remove and reduce them by just change your thought. You can easily hijack your subconscious. Be yourself, hijack your subconscious, be in a moment, let go of your past, and forget about the future.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Johansson, who also goes by the Persian Medium, also works on books, as you heard, guided meditations, and art.
Welcome to Avid Awakening, a beautiful, gorgeous wellness center who will adjust you mentally, emotionally, and physically. Also, it will help you to manifest your finance, anything and everything you desire for. This place is a very beautiful place which is located in Corona del Mar. So please book your appointment today.